Ireland is among those countries not struggling with a dry spell, but the government is planning to charge its citizens for water so it can pay back its $83 billion EU IMF bailout loan. As CCTV's Lourda Sexton reports, the plan has led to major protests.
Ireland is among few modern countries that don't charge residents for water usage. That's about to change. Come January the 1st, the meters will start running. Households will get their first bills in April. The plan is not going over well with the Irish people, despite arguments set forth to explain how the new system should result in improvements to quality.
There are two good reasons. One, that the water system in Ireland is very poor, that there's poor quality water in many parts of Ireland where you can't drink it. So that needs to be sorted out. And the previous local administrations which ran it didn't do a good job. And the second thing is that Irish Water should be able to deliver it at much lower cost, because each local community did its own supply, and it was very expensive in terms of people, in terms of resources.
From the get-go, the government failed to clearly set out the water rates, which led to angry protests across Ireland. In the face of increasing street demonstrations, the government revised the water charges, making them the cheapest in Europe. With available government rebates, families will pay no more than $200 a year, single adults no more than $75.
The current water protests are about much more than water. It's about the ordinary people here venting their anger after years of austerity. Now, Ireland is forecast to have GDP growth of 4.6% this year, the fastest growing in Europe. Yet unemployment remains relatively high at 11%, and the people here are still financially suffering.
I think we have enough. We have nothing more to pay. The old age pensioners, we have nothing. Nothing.
I would agree on the water charges if we had a system that was up and running, a functioning system. I think we should pay, but at the moment it just seems to me as if they're just trying to raise revenue, and they're doing it any way they can.
I think it's a bad way they've done it, yeah. I think that they could have given it more time. I think also that they've rushed it, and they've done it their way. And they didn't give much consideration to the people who've already gone through murder in this country over the last years of austerity.
One of the groups behind the protests is the Anti-Austerity Alliance. Its leaders say momentum is on their side and vow they won't stop fighting all austerity measures.
What's happened is that people are no longer afraid of the government, but increasingly they're aware that actually the government is afraid of them, and it's a very powerful sentiment. And I think there's a high degree of possibility that before the next general election is due, this government can be brought down by a people power movement from below and forcing new elections.
While uncertainty surrounding the water charges continues, the Irish have made clear they won't sit quietly in these debates over austerity. Lourda Sexton, CCTV, Dublin.